on a default setting to your body. And then where you really amp up your mastery of manifesting and drawing to you in physical form with working with matter, where you really start to enhance this is when you start to select and strategize on what emotions you want to hold and what emotions you want to create with. Some of them will be really foreign to your body, like maybe the emotion of confidence or abundance. Abundant feelings might be scary for you to hold, of like, whoa, can I be this big? Can I be this full? Can I be wealth? You have to work with these and cultivate the electricity of emotions. But I really want you getting it, that emotions aren't just like vague and etheric and out there. They are your pristine electrical resource helpers. Okay, so that's number 2. Harness the power in your body and look at it like you are an antenna. You are one of those 5G towers, but you're more miraculously created than a 5G tower could ever be. And if you do this, if you hold that much certainty in like how to work with the electricity of you, what happens is you become the more powerful force. Not that 5G tower that's like emanating waves of something that might be like harmful to you. You become the force that can transmute whatever is out there that could be against you. It's no match for what you've got, because you have the greatest, most elegant technology that there is on planet Earth. It's all a matter of knowing how to wield that power and how to use that. So that's number 2. Your emotions are electrical energy. All 103 of your emotions are pristine power when you acknowledge them and accept them, that they love you and that they're here to serve you, versus what was happening in the 3rd dimension lifestyle and reality that we're coming from that density. Most people couldn't even identify for you what emotion they're holding in their body, much less be strategic enough to pick and choose, like, wow, I'm not really good at the whole compassion one. Let me sit with that one. Let me sit with patience. Let me tend to that and cultivate that in my body until I'm used to feeling that, and I transmit that like a radio tower. Because what I want for you as a leader of the new earth, I want you to be the broadcast system that is more powerful than any broadcast system that you need to be afraid of. I want you to be the antenna and the radio tower that emanates a frequency of love and certainty that is so powerful that you know for a fact that anything coming at you that is not of you or for you can easily be transmuted by all that love that you have going out like bandwidth frequency energy. It's so amazing to live like this. That is the new earth energy. So that is number 2, your emotions as electrical energy. Are you working with them that way? Are you being the creative alchemist of your world? Because that's the other thing about all of this. Sorry if you hear my dog. He's waking, and I'll put him out if he ends up being too loud. That's Kona. The other thing that's so amazing about this is knowing that you're the alchemist of your life helps you really create with material, matter, Mother Earth, right? We're more connected to her when we're in our own alchemist positioning. What I shared the other night too, that I really want to make sure and bring in for you to look at, is this 13th planet astrology. That there's not a lot of people out here doing 13 planet astrology. I learned from my coach, Leah Steele, and I have the software that I can share it with my coaching students and my coaching clients, and we can do sessions where we really look at your new earth energy template. It's fascinating to look at the 13th planet that has been hidden from us in that age of Pisces, in that age of tropical 12 planet astrology, which was our old earth template. It's very true. Whatever your human design was, or whatever your astrological birth template that you've been working off of, whatever that was in tropical 12 planet astrology, it's very legit for how we were operating. But isn't it interesting now that we're in the age of Aquarius, the planet Ophiuchus was hidden from us until now. And it's the planet that directs and governs alchemy and healing. Huh. Isn't it so fascinating to watch all the things that are now being remembered and all the information that is coming out in the science world? History is not what we were taught it to be. Science is definitely coming out with more information that's like, wow, all of this has been hidden until now. That's where you come in, leading your community to be a feminine community leader. And I mean feminine energy, which is the age of Aquarius, to empower people that they can have the knowledge. They can have the knowledge to make their life work better. And how do you do that? How do you build your community? Well, I'll tell you what I did. I've aligned myself in communities to see how this new earth leadership works. I take classes. I take a lot of online classes, and I become a part of communities where I feel intuitively aligned so that I can be better at building my own. So that's some offerings that I have for you is come into my community, take my classes to see how you want to do yours. Not that you're going to do it in the way that I do it at all, because that's not the point. That's not, we're here to be our own unique expression. Just like if you end up having a session with Leah or having a session with me about your Ophiuchus placements, it's very interesting to see the fine tuning that is taking place for our specific healing roles. I was always understanding in my old human design of the 3D earth, I was born on the right angle cross of consciousness. To give you an example, the person who comes in on the cross of consciousness is looking at the patterns, looking at the rhythms and the cycles of the world and how to raise the consciousness. That is totally me, totally right. With the 13th goddess energy Ophiuchus planet placements, how my purpose work changes and how my incarnation cross changes, it's very, very interesting. It says that I'm here to help with mother wounds. People are drawn to me that have mother wounds. I can't tell you how true that is in my own life. I helped raise twin stepsons that their mother had passed away at 15. As you all know, most of you, I have adopted a son that I got him at 7, and his mother passed away at 32 after being addicted to heroin most of her life. I have 2 adult stepchildren, and their mother passed away at 46. Then I start to look at the people who have been drawn to work with me professionally, and it's like, oh my gosh, mother wounds all around, that we're here to be that alchemist and become that nurturer, become that ultimate mother for ourselves. So I can completely see my new earth template, and it's just totally backed up with the old 12 planet astrology. So if you geek out on all that stuff and you want to know more, I've got way more trainings and way more ways to work with you on all that, like in one-on-one sessions too, to see your unique template, or you can work with Leah as well. Because once again, this new earth is not about competition. The new earth energy, like all of that, like there's not enough and it's my client or that client. I want to ask you, were you one of these spiritual entrepreneurs like I was that was ahead of your time? It was very painful for me because I opened my first day spa in 2001, and I wanted it to be this like beautiful center of healing. And I wanted to draw people there through the light of self-care and renewal. And I wanted to make all these employees, I wanted to make their lives so amazing that they worked there. And I had this vision that was very altruistic and very win-win in the year 2001. I wasn't even 30 years old yet, but I had the heart of a healer and the mind of an entrepreneur. And I bet that's you. It was painful. And it was hurtful to me to see these massage therapists that I employed living in this scarcity paradigm. feeling afraid if one of the other therapists was available at the time, one of their clients that they owned, they had all the rights to, like, you can't see that client, that's my client. And the competition and the backstabbing and all those things that took place in the spa environment from 2001 to 2005, it was very hurtful for me. I wasn't cut out for the 3D business world. But I have that entrepreneur spirit, and I love that entrepreneur spirit. And you might find, if you're like me and you tried to be in business when you were ahead of your time, because you're probably a volunteer who came here to serve humanity like I did, it was downright painful for me, much less disappointing, because I knew there was a better way. I knew there was a way that we could work together and help each other, and everyone move forward, everyone be prosperous, everyone succeed. It just hadn't got here yet. We were still in the age of Pisces. So I was ahead of my time, and I bet you were too. You're going to notice things are quite different now. Along with what we've talked about, the acceleration of your thoughts, the rapid manifestation of the emotional electrical energy that you are outputting. Along with that, have you been noticing that there's systems probably in place in your life that are easily falling away because you're realizing that they weren't that effective? Or are people falling away in your experience as really helpful, beautiful, perfect collaborators that are totally aligned and like a puzzle piece to like your desires and what you want to create are just showing up in your experience? Helpful people to align, to collaborate with us, because here's the thing. Community is how we move forward. Working together in win-win situations where everyone's benefiting from the collaboration. This is the new world energy. This is what I love to see in the community that I've been creating and building over the last 2 years, of people finding each other that can be really prosperous by promoting and supporting each other's work. And the whole thing, the other thing that I love about now, I've taken a lot of coaching training programs. I've taken a lot of online courses, and I've learned a lot just seeing about poor quality online courses, things I don't want to do, ways I don't want to be, along with aligning with people who are an energetic match to me through the process. But my offerings and what makes it so unique and what makes me so excited about what I get to do in the online space now is it's all about energy work. It doesn't matter if it's a membership community where you're a spiritual business person who's a healer and you want to be fortified and instilled with inspiration and training for your business. We're going to be doing energy work. If you want to be a coach and go through my coaching certification, guess what? The thing that's the most important and powerful about what I have to offer and what makes it stand out, and it's not like what anybody else is doing, it's all energy work. Because when you do the energy work to call your clients to you or call your students to you, you can't go wrong. You could spend a fortune on advertising, but if you'll just lay the energetic foundation to know how to be your own best energy healer for your business, for your life, for your relationships, that's where it's at. So there's nothing that I teach that doesn't involve energy work. And that's what it really boils down to, whether we call it coaching certification program, shamanic minister ordination, my more spiritual pathway of training. I love it all, and it's all energy work. And that's how I do business. So that brings me to, I want to tell you all a little bit about my path and what brought me here. I shared with you, I own 2 spas, and I sold Element Stay Spa in 2005. And then I started teaching. I started teaching massage therapy at Massage Therapy School in Greensboro. And I started in private practice in my home. And that was really peaceful because I really just wanted to do energy healing, and I wanted to teach energy healing. And I started teaching Reiki, and I started teaching Louise Hay's coaching training program. And I just started doing all the things that I wanted to do. When I wasn't managing 16 people that were in the old slavery paradigm of financial slavery and competition and lack. And they thought there is not enough. There is not enough for all of us. And I'm here to tell you, the more you become wealth, the more you hold that frequency of abundance where you are that. It's not like you're trying to get that or be that. You already are abundance. You already are wealth. When you come at your healing practice from that frequency, everything changes because you become affluent to help others. And the more you help those that you're aligned with energetically, the more it just accelerates your success and your growth forward. So that's where I was at until I went off the internet completely. I left that relationship I was telling you about, and I decided I really wanted to contract. And I wanted to like pull my energy way, way in. I read the book called Deep Work by Cal Newport, and I was like, I want to write a book. And I don't really want anything else to distract me. And this whole social media thing is like hard on me as an empath and going through a breakup, and we were a brand, so to speak. And so I just had to like cut all ties with the internet and with everything. So I was like, I was off the internet completely for 4.5 years. And at that point, I thought of myself as a tech resistant, nature loving healer that really judged technology. I mean, I can honestly say I was like super judgy about it. And I thought it was bad. And I've been there as far as like, oh no, there's a 5G tower, or oh no, there's a chemical in that food. And part of the shift into the new earth for me is I am the power. I have the power to transmute anything. No, I don't want to eat hydrogenated oil or MSG. And I'm not going to choose to do that because I love feeling good and I love my body and I'm abundant with the foods I eat, but I'm not going to be afraid of any ingredient in any food. And neither am I going to be afraid of frequencies that are emitted, because I am the God frequency. I am here to transmute into love and healing and consciousness. So knowing that, I walk a lot differently now than I did in 2014 when I just said, I'm out. And I didn't want to be on, I didn't have a social media account, and I didn't have a web presence at all, no website. I barely ever looked at email for 4.5 years. And I did just fine because I had a full body work and energy healing clientele, and you had to come see me. If you wanted to see me, you had to physically come see me. And people were like, where's your card? Where's your website? Don't have one, don't need one. So I went from that space to writing this book for healers that was my heart and all the things that I had learned over at that point. I think I was 24 years in at that point. And I just had made all the mistakes, and my heart went to people just trying to start a spiritual entrepreneur healing business. And I wanted to help, and I wanted to tell them really transparently, like, I made every single one of these mistakes, and now here's what you can do. And that book wrote itself through sessions. Something would come up with a client, and my mind would be really clear and really empty as I'd be doing body work and like working around the table. I'd be like, oh, I've got to do a chapter on this topic. And so that's how the book wrote itself. But then what happened was I had to figure out how to get that book out into the world because it meant so much to me. And so I had to come back into the online space, and I did it so begrudgingly and kicking and screaming, was like, oh, like, I don't want to be in technology at all. I want to be out hiking. I want to be by fire. Come and see me if you want me to tell you about it. And I was like, why did I write this book? And I had this yearning desire in my soul seat, like right here, to get this information out in the world. And that love of humanity and that desire to really speak this truth into existence, it was bigger than my resistance to technology, I can honestly say. But it was painful for a little while because I didn't want to come back on into the online space. I didn't want to be on social media. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my journey and what brought me to here. And from 2019 to where I'm standing talking to you, I cannot believe how I have changed. And I can't believe that I'm actually saying I'm going to do a business mentorship program to help people in the online space. But I'm basically offering it to people who were where I was in 2019 when I went, well, dang, I wrote the book. I mean, do I want anybody to know? Do I want anybody to read it? And so I faced all my fears and I became that alchemist, like I'm telling you that you can be. You can be the alchemist of your life. And you don't have to stay stuck in things that make you afraid, whether it's technology, whether it's the state of the world and the collective and all the things. You don't have to stay where you're like, I'm afraid of this and I'm afraid of that, because that's when we get stuck. Okay. You want to transmute all that fear in your body. You want to work with it, honor it, love it, thank it, transmute it into intuition. All right. That leads me to your third and final tip for this class. Do you know what it is? It's meditation. Meditation is going to amp up and strengthen your intuitive muscle. It's going to help you be so clear about all these emotions that used to be just like banging around like pinballs in your body. It's going to harness your energy and help you cultivate. And here's what this is one of the most important parts of this whole class. Meditation, when we were in the more denser energy, when we were in 3D all the time in that template, it was optional. People who learned how to meditate had their lives working better, no doubt. But you could hear a lot of people being like, I can't meditate. I can't slow down. I can't pay attention. I can't be undistracted from all of the stimuli in my life. You cannot go into the new earth energy and thrive without knowing how to meditate. Okay. Every single one of the courses that I offer has guided meditations, because we don't do anything without it. We don't do coaching. We don't do energy healing. We don't do shamanic practice without meditation. You got to meditate to be really, really good at any of the things that we're talking about. Okay. So if your students or your clients are like, I just can't, have them start with the taking their shoes off and going outside and releasing their thoughts to the earth. That's a great place to begin. If they can start doing that, great. But for you, I'm talking to you. I'm not talking about the people you're going to teach this information to right now. I'm talking about you. You have got to be on your meditation game. We need you. We need you fully leading and teaching and exemplifying how to be wealth, how to be love, how to be success. We need you so lit up and shining in the new earth. You got to meditate to be able to do that. Because when you empty and all the distractions fall away and you sit or you lie, however you want to do it, and you scan your body and you take inventory of what's going on in here and what needs to be refined and what needs to be cleaned out and cultivated and what's not yours, that every day you have to let go of. It's like, oh, that's not of me or for me, but this is mine to harness and to cultivate. Doing energy work on yourself every day, day in and day out, is a form of meditation. You can also look on YouTube, on everywhere, and there's like every kind of free guided meditation that you want. And I want you to think about something. All three tips that I've given you: minding your mind, cultivating and tending to your electrical emotions, and meditating, so that you know what's going on in here and you are really, really owning your energy so that you can be the alchemist of your life. Those three things are free. I've not told you that you have to go out and you have to buy anything. Every single one of those is free. Most people won't do them. Why? It takes skill and practice. And it takes not being in that 3D distraction, letting the world carry you away down this current of the latest thing that is the latest issue that the media will always do, because they're harnessing that electricity of your emotions when they're like, what? I'm mad about this or I'm mad about that. When you get mad, Why don't you make some money with that anger? Why don't you do something constructive and useful? Why don't you make art with that anger? Why don't you manifest and harness the ability to bring matter to you and let the universe rearrange itself to bring you what you want in physical form? That's what you can do with your emotions. But you can't do that if you haven't gotten to number 3 and you're meditating. So you're clearing out all the distractions, all the other stuff. Meditation is essential. Okay, so that is number 3. And I had so many things I wanted to tell you all that I'm going to make sure that I haven't forgotten any of the things there. See why it was like, we did Q&A, we did all this stuff. The live was like super fun, but I was like, man, I've got to get this down. Okay, so in my offering that's coming up at the beginning of 2024, it's a monthly membership where you get meditations all the time. You get the collective energy work. You get collective coaching. I suggest that you enroll in people's memberships, in their online courses. I suggest you take classes and get sessions from the people that are aligned with your, like, okay, I want to lead not like this person is leading, but I want to see what works and what's effective. So there's a twofold benefit to taking my classes or being in my membership or anybody else's that you like. You learn how to do your own, because I'm not offering you anything that you can't take and make your own and do it your own way. But I will tell you this, it's taken me 3 years of bumbling around, because I'm a 3-5, if you know about human design, so that'll make a lot of sense to you. New Earth template, though, I'm a 1-3. So there you go. That's a cool upgrade for me. But I'm very, very good at trying things and then gleaning what works. I've spent a lot of money and a lot of time over the last 3 years to figure out how I wanted to create my online community and how I wanted to give all the information that I want to give. Okay. I tried Patreon. I tried my community on Teachable, where I've hosted my courses. I even tried, I do have a Telegram group, but I tried the paid for Telegram one last year with the bots, where supposedly like the AI would automatically enroll people and all that. And I tried all those things, just like when I've been teaching people how to take their healing and their medicine and their magic online. They would say, well, okay, how do I get my courses up? And I was like, I've tried Kajabi, I've tried Teachable, and I'm on Teachable right now, but I can't tell you that it's that great, because I felt like I was still in the trial and error experimentation of all of these different things. And I finally have my membership community where I'm putting my courses, where I have my calendar, my online scheduling app, where I have my email templates. So I'm finally I'm breaking up with MailChimp, Calendly, all the things that before intuitively I was like, I'm not there yet to be like to a healer. Like, I can help you in a one-stop shop way of like taking everything online and not being overwhelmed that you need this, you need this, you need that. So if you've been in that overwhelmed state of like, I want to share all of my wisdom and all of my knowledge and my experience, and I want to gather my people together and have my own community membership, well, now I can teach you how to do that. So that's kind of what birthed the New Earth Business School for Healers course. And so what that's going to be, what that's going to look like, is an 8-week mentorship with me, where we're going through everything. We're going through the nuts and bolts of the tech side of being a healer, and how, though, all along the way, we're doing energy work. We're transmuting all our resistance to technology, where we're refining our beliefs and our thoughts about how technology can be this healing tool and how we can master it, how social media works for us, not against us, when we are the ones that are the alchemist of our life. So we're doing energy work at the foundation all the way through that 8 weeks. So that's what I want to tell you. Like, there's tons of business trainings about online having a digital business. There's tons of coaching programs. They're all over the place. Find the one that you like. If you are drawn to mine, what stands out about what I do is how I teach you how to do your own energy work. I want you doing energy healing on your business. I want you doing energy healing on yourself every single day. So that comes with software that you have a monthly, you purchase that separately from me. The software is $97 a month. The course to use the software is $500. The mentorship with me is $1,000. So it's a $1,500 investment altogether. You can make payment plans on that. No problem. I have payment plans and I will definitely work with you. I would love for you to come into this beautiful beginning of us leading in the new earth. And here's what I love to do. I'm here for the leaders. I want to lead and support you all so that you can go out and lead and support your own communities. If you are not ready for that investment, or you're not ready to like take that 8 weeks or purchase the software and be like, let's go. Let me step into this fully on the first day of 2024. If you're not ready for that, what you could do too is step into my membership community, and that's cancel anytime, and it's $22 a month. So it's a $22 investment. I'm going to pour into that group because I feel like you'll know intuitively when it's time for you to like step big and be like, I'm going to take this further, whether that's doing my coaching training the next time it comes up, which I think is like the end of March. Yeah. It's like right after the spring equinox. If you're like, I want to be a coach, I want to learn that from you. Or if you're like, I want to have this digital business and I want to go all out and I want the support to do so, I have that for you. So one thing I'm going to suggest for you, if you want to take your offerings online and if you are interested in doing what I'm doing, which is community building, have offerings at every single level where you can meet someone where they are. You have your free content and you generously give when your heart tells you to. Like this was like, bam, I'm excited. Like, I just want to share this with people. I don't care if they ever buy a course of mine or have a session with me or whatever. This is my gift. And that feels like so, so good. So you do that. Like I have my podcast. I'm also going to send you all the latest podcast because I condensed the 3 steps into like a 10-minute podcast because you want to do little bites too. Not everybody has the attention span or the commitment level or the desire to hang out with me for an hour like this. Is this how long it's gone? Yeah, it's right at an hour. All right. I don't want to take any more of your time. You're moving, you're shaking, you're creating worlds. Remember that you are creating your own world. That's the other thing about this that's quantum, okay? Because your thoughts are only going to deliver back to you specifically the world that you are in. And so in review, have you written down the 3 techniques that I've given you today, the 3 energy techniques? Minding your mind, tending and cultivating to your emotional, electrical resource, your energy, right? And meditation. So that's the other cool thing. If you want to come into my membership, there will be tons of guided meditations all the time. And I give those to the free community at times too. I have a Facebook free community that you will now be invited into. If you're not already in it, you'll be getting it an invitation. So look for my free community. And I have a Telegram free little chat community collaboration place as well. So there's that level. So then there's just the very small investment of the $22 a month. If you want group coaching, group training, I throw these little free classes in for them all the time. And I'm just like, boom, I feel like doing this. Like I'm going to do a free class on this topic or whatever. And I really try to over deliver in the paid community membership. And you can see if you like it. And if you don't like it, it's all automated. So, you know, it's not like you have to tell me like, I'm not going to be in there anymore. You just do what you feel. That's the new earth way, right? Then I have classes online that are self-directed, and those are less tuition than if you get me and you get me like pouring into you and me live training you every week and me doing one-on-one sessions with you. And I'm like, let's go. I'm going to hold you accountable to your dreams and I'm going to help you birth your dreams and be your midwife. Those are the highest level of training tuition that I offer. So it goes from like Some people are great at being self-directed through an online course, and they're like, I got this. Like, I'm just gonna pay for it on the platform, do the tuition, and then go. And then the thing about my courses too, you own the content for life. You can repurpose the content, you can download it, take it, love it, do what you want with it, revisit it when you want. The thing about me and online courses is I'm such a geek. I will go back and revisit an online course maybe 6 or 7 times, because if I buy it, it's something that I really, really want to be good at. And it's something that I really want to do. So my courses are not really one and done either. They're living libraries, and they continue to evolve and up level as I do. So if you're in my community, you're going to continually grow with me, because that's what this is about. And what I would like for you to take away from this is share your growth experiences, share your stories, share your wisdom, share your knowledge, and let the people who are really attracted to you, and they're attracted to you because of your human design and your unique energy template. Nobody's like you. Nobody can do what you can do. So we're done with all that scarcity and competition energy. We're also done with the financial slavery system. Being successful, being affluent, being prosperous and abundant does not mean that you sacrifice your joy and your health and your happiness and your relationships and your time doing the things that you love. In the new earth, it actually means the opposite, that the more you are loving the moments that you are having, the more wealthy and successful you're going to be. And I'm here to show you how to do that. And I love you all. And I can't thank you enough for sticking with me through this whole thing. And I hope that this has given you a little idea of what it's like to work with me, and also some things that you can take away and implement right now to make your life better. Have a great day, and let me know if you have questions.